Okay, so good morning, dear cadets. So again, I am here to tell you some important examples of nucleophilic addition reactions. So this is extra online video 2. Remember this one because tomorrow I have to submit 2 videos. So now there are so many examples of nucleophilic addition reactions like reaction with SCN, reaction with sodium hydrogen sulfide, reaction with alcohol, even Grignard reagent. Reaction of Grignard reagent with aldehydes and ketone, that is also an example of nucleophilic addition reaction. So all these reactions I have to cover. Not only this one, reaction of ammonia means addition of ammonia and its derivatives. These are some examples of nucleophilic addition reactions. In NCERT book what they have done, just they given one template reaction and they finish that one. Means as I wrote here, this is acetaldehyde. What is this one? Acetaldehyde. And what is this one? This is acetone. So if I am taking one particular nucleophile or compound containing nucleophile like SCN, this is the compound which contains nucleophile, that is CN nucleophile. Suppose I am taking sodium hydrogen sulfide, so that also contains the nucleophile. If I am taking alcohol, that also contains the nucleophile. Now which is nucleophile? Like in SCN, this is nucleophile. H positive is not nucleophile. In sodium hydrogen and HSO3, this is HSO3 is nucleophile. Sodium is not nucleophile. Alcohol ROH. So now R negative, this is nucleophile, correct? OH is RO is nucleophile, H positive is not nucleophile. Grignard reagent RMgX. So this part is positive part, this part is negative because this bond is polar na, breaking is taking place from here. So R is negative part, Mg is positive part. So the R is nucleophile. Here alcohol RO is nucleophile. Okay, like that ammonia derivatives are also there. So you should remember this one. Their addition must be taught. How they are being added to the carbonyl compound, that is aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so I hope that you understood my point, what I am going to tell you. If one particular reagent is reacting with aldehydes and ketones, so it doesn't mean that entire reagent is nucleophile. That will contain, means some of the part of that reagent will belongs to the nucleophile. Okay, that is the meaning. So the first example is addition of HCN. Just see, when aldehydes and ketone react with HCN, they form cyanohydrin compound. What are the cyanohydrin compound? These are the cyanohydrin compound. Okay, this one and this one. Cyanohydrin compounds are those compounds which contains OH and CN group with the same carbon atom. So just see how they are formed when HCN react with aldehydes and ketones. Okay, one more thing is there. Pure HCN reaction with aldehydes and ketone is very, very slow. That is why we want such kind of reagent which easily release CN negative nucleophile, so that the concentration of nucleophile can be increased and reaction can be taken place fastly. Okay, so with the pure SCN reaction is very slow, hence it is base catalyzed. So just see here, SCN should be treated with base OH negative. So now it will furnish CN negative ion, and this CN negative, that is only nucleophile, and we want this one only. Okay, so such kind of synthesis is known as in situ synthesis. In situ synthesis of CN negative nucleophile. Okay, CN in situ means the reagent which is synthesized during the course of reaction. Okay, we can't make earlier it and store in the lab. So during the course of reaction only it should be synthesized. So that is why the reaction of SCN with aldehydes and ketone, that is base catalyzed reaction. Let us see how the reaction is taking place. This is acetaldehyde. Now SCN, entire part is not nucleophile, only CN is nucleophile. So the first task is will teach according to the mechanism. So now this is CN is a strong nucleophile. Always remember, in spectrochemical series also I taught you when I was teaching you CFT. That time what was there? CN was strong or not? But there I use word ligand. Here what is there? Nucleophile. So CN is a strong nucleophile. Then first mechanism would be there. First attack of nucleophile. So now CN will attack here. Once these electrons are shifted, pi electrons shifted toward the oxygen atom, then what would be there? One valency of carbon would be left free. And always remember that nucleophile always attack from top. So CN is bonded here. Now in the next step, H positive. This will be added with the oxygen. So now acetaldehyde cyanohydrin is formed. Okay. Similarly, if acetone is there, same reaction would be there. First you shift this bond. Now in the second step, CN will attack here and H will attack here. Same thing is here also. H will attack here and cyanide will attack on this carbon atom. Okay. So now you have got the acetone cyanohydrin here and here acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. These now define cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrin, just see, before cyanohydrin, if cyanohydrin is formed with the reaction of acetaldehyde and HCN, so that would be the acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. If cyanohydrin is formed between the reaction of acetone and HCN, that would be acetone cyanohydrin. So now define the cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrin is the compound which contains hydroxyl and CN group with the same carbon atom. And what is the importance of this reaction? Just see, once I discussed, these cyanide are very important compound. If they are subjected for partial hydrolysis, then CN group will be converted into amide, CONH2. If they are subjected for complete hydrolysis, CN will be converted into COOH. Similarly, if they are subjected for the reduction in presence of sodium and ethyl alcohol, they will be converted into amine. So just see, with the same one compound, you are getting three different class of organic compound. So cyanohydrin is very important synthetic reagent. They are synthetic reagent, means different class of organic compound can be synthesized out of them. Just see, just try to understand. Suppose I have subjected this one for the complete hydrolysis. So just see here what will be for CH3, CN will be converted into COOH. Rest everything would be same only. Do you know what is the importance of this compound and what is the name of this compound? This is lactic acid. What is this one? Lactic acid. And you know what is the importance of lactic acid? What is the importance of lactic acid? See, when we are doing heavy exercise or we are running, then what is there? Muscle cramps, have you heard or not? Muscle cramp is because of the deposition of this acid only. Correct? And see, what is the, why this is formed? Because when we are doing heavy exercise, our body need a lot of oxygen for breaking of glucose so that we can get the energy. If sufficient oxygen is not there, then muscles will do the anaerobic respiration. What kind of respiration? Anaerobic respiration. If aerobic respiration is there, so what would be the product? CO2 H2O plus energy, means oxidation of glucose will yield CO2 H2O and energy. But if anaerobic breaking of glucose is there, then product will be, one of the product will be lactic acid, and that lactic acid only deposited on our muscles and muscles cramps is there. And what is the remedy? What should be there? Blood circulation should be increased. So for that only what is there? Hot water bath is required, massage is required, correct or not? So when how the blood circulation is helping? Blood circulation means you are increasing the concentration of oxygen in that particular area where lactic acid is deposited. Okay. So when because oxygen always flow with the blood only. Okay. This is the reason. So this is the synthetic importance of HCN. So now you can take benzaldehyde also. Always remember, with the SCN, aliphatic aldehydes, aliphatic ketones, and only benzaldehyde will react. Acetophenone, benzophenone, they will not react. They will not react. So just 2 reaction, that is sufficient. So this is all about the reaction with SCN. Next one is addition of sodium hydrogen sulfide. Okay, if you want to see the mechanism of aldehydes and ketones with the SCN, so this is the mechanism. Okay, first step is slow step only. Now attack of nucleophile is there. Okay, attack of nucleophile, then tetrahedral intermediate will form, and second step is protonation of oxygen. Now this is the compound. Now if it is aldehyde, then write here CH3 and here H. If it is ketone, both will be CH3 group here. Okay, you will get this one. Step is same only as I have taught you the mechanism in case of strong nucleophile. Okay, so I don't think there is a need of teaching the mechanism. You know the mechanism in full detail. I taught the mechanism with the presence of strong nucleophile and with the presence of weak nucleophile. Now let us move to the another addition reaction, that is the addition of sodium bisulfite, sodium hydrogen sulfide also you can say, NaHCO3. So in NaHCO3, this part is the negative part. HSO3 means this part is only nucleophile. So this part will go to the carbonyl carbon. Okay, and Na will go to O. Na will go to O. So what is the first step here? In this case also, this is there, this is positive part, this is negative part. Remember, this can be written like that also. NaHSO3 can be written NaSO3H. That doesn't make any difference. So now just add here, Na will go to O, SO3H will go to C, carbonyl carbon. So here product will be CH3C, and here what is there? SO3H, and here what would be there? OH, and here H. So this is acetaldehyde, sodium, just a minute, here H, Na. Okay, now just a minute, Na will be added. Now one more step would be here. Now proton transfer. Now proton transfer means this H will come here and this Na will go here. So now what is the next step now? Next step would be CH3C. Here what would be there? SO3Na. Here OH, and here H. Now what is the name of this one? Acetaldehyde, sodium bisulfide, adduct means addition product. Okay, bisulfide. Okay, they are crystalline compound. Same way here also, just see CH3C, here CH3, here what would be there? SO3H, and here ONA. Then what is the name of this step? Proton transfer. What is this one? Proton transfer. Okay, you should mention here proton transfer. Okay, so now here again same thing. Now this now H will be here and A will be here. So what is the product here? CH3C, here SO3, here Na, here what would be there? O, and here H, here what would be there? CH3. What is the name of this one? Acetone sodium bisulfite, adduct. Acetone sodium bisulfite adduct. Okay, so now just see, now this entire compound is get added or not. There is a one important thing about this compound, means acetaldehyde sodium bisulfite and acetone sodium bisulfite. Actually these compound, if you treat them with mineral acids, let us see HCl. Just see, this reaction is not given in the NCERT book, but statement they have given. Just see what they are writing here. The hydrogen sulfide addition compound is water soluble and can be converted back to the original carbonyl compound by treating it with the dilute mineral acid or alkali. Therefore, they are useful for separation and purification of aldehydes. Now, treat this compound with HCl. This is mineral acid. This is also mineral acid, HCl. So, do you know what will be the product? One product will be NaCl. Another product would be H2O. Another product would be SO2. Okay, just see. NaCl. Now, here what would be there? SO2. Now, NaCl, SO2 will come out here. One oxygen is left here. So, one oxygen, this one, H this one, H this one, minus H2O. What is left here? The left part is CH3C, double bond O and H. Acetaldehyde you have got back or not? Similarly, if you treat this one with HCl, what would be the product? CH3C, and here what would be there? CH3 double bond O plus NaCl plus SO2 plus H2O. So now original aldehyde ketone you have got or not? Here original aldehyde you have got. So what is the meaning of this one? Just see. I will tell you the importance of this compound. Actually, see, suppose you have got one mixture of organic compound. Mixture of organic compound means different kinds of organic compound is there. Aldehydes and ketones, they are also there. Okay, but you want to separate the aldehydes and ketone from that mixture. So just see, you introduce the sodium hydrogen sulfide or sodium bisulfide in that mixture. So aldehydes and ketone, they will react with the sodium hydrogen sulfide and they will form this compound. Acetaldehyde sodium bisulfide and acetone sodium bisulfide. Okay, now you treat these. Now just see, from the mixture other compound will not react, only aldehydes and ketone will react with the sodium hydrogen sulfide, because their reactivity toward the reactivity of aldehydes and ketone is more toward the sodium hydrogen bisulfide as compared to other organic compound. Now you have segregated. Now treat these compound with the mineral acids. So you are getting back the original aldehydes and ketone. You are getting back the original aldehydes and ketones or not? So just see, you have separated aldehydes and ketone from the mixture of organic compound. That is why this reaction is used, or this reagent is used, or this reaction is used in the purification and separation of aldehydes and ketones from non-carbonyl compound. So here write the note. What is the note here? This reaction or this compound, which compound? This acetone sodium bisulfide. This compound used in purification and separation of carbonyl compound from the non-carbonyl compound. Non-carbonyl compound. It's okay? No problem at all? Yes, we have separated from the non-carbonyl compound. So this is the importance of this reaction. Okay? So now each and every point of NCERT book is important. Anything can be asked. I have gone through near about 20 sample paper, and now pattern is changed. You should be very careful. If you are not thorough with the concept, read each and every line of second book of NCERT book. Then only you can solve. Now you will be exposed to the new pattern through this pre-board first. then you will have a lot of idea, and you will come to know the standard of paper as well as pattern. I forgot to write one thing, that acetaldehyde sodium bisulfite and acetone sodium bisulfite adduct, they are crystalline compound. Even though in the explanation I use this word, but I did not write, now I wrote there. Okay, please add that one also. Okay, just see addition of Grignard reagent. Okay, so already I explained you this reaction. Now here this is the chemical property of aldehydes and ketone. And now in alcohol chapter, that was the method of preparation of alcohol. So at that time only in the detail I taught you, when I was teaching you the methods of preparation of alcohol. Okay, that time I taught you not. Now in full detail I taught you how Grignard reagent is being added. So just try to understand, in Grignard reagent what is there? RMgX. Now bond is getting broken from here. This part is positive part, this part is negative part. So this R part is only nucleophile. Okay, nucleophile, correct or not? Now if this RMgX means Grignard reagent is added with SCHO, then 1 degree alcohol. If with acetaldehyde 2 degree alcohol, with ketone 3 degree alcohol is formed. Now that how this reaction is taking place already I have explained. So no need to explain this one again. Just you go through. I hope that you have already written this one. If you see, you will come to know. Always remember, R is the nucleophile here, and R will attack here at carbonyl carbon of this one. R will attack here, R will attack here. Okay, then 3 degree alcohol you will have. And very easily how the things are being added. Now in one video I have fully explained that one of the alkyl group must come from Grignard reagent. Rest everything is here only. This is an example of addition of Grignard reagent with carbonyl compound and resulting into the formation of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol. So please go through this one. Now the most important is reaction of aldehydes and ketones with alcohol. Okay, so just see here now addition of alcohol. So as you know, alcohol is like that, ROH. Okay, ROH. This RO part is nucleophile. What is this one? Nucleophile. Nucleophile. Okay, and this H part is positive part. Okay, so this will be used to protonate the oxygen of carbonyl compound. Just see here, alcohol acetaldehyde react with monohydric alcohol, not dihydric alcohol, in presence of dry HCl gas. Remember this one, dry HCl gas. Will tell you the function of dry HCl gas also. I hope that you understood this one. So this is nucleophile is RO negative from alcohol, and you know that alcohol is nucleophile. And they are electrophile also. Okay, they are nucleophile because of the presence of lone pair of electron on oxygen, and protonated alcohol is electrophile. Okay, so just see, basic is clear. Now see the reaction. First you take acetaldehyde. This is acetaldehyde, CH double bond O. Take one particular alcohol. I am taking, just see in the NCERT book they have taken ROH. I will take this alcohol, C2H5OH. Okay, I will take C2H5OH. This is also monohydric alcohol. What is the meaning of monohydric alcohol? Alcohol which contains one OH group. Okay, now here reversible reaction in presence of dry HCl gas. So just see, this C2H5O is nucleophile, this is negative, H is positive, and here shift this electron here. So now what is the product here? CH3, C single bond O and H. And now with this compound, with this carbonyl carbon, who will be bonded? OC2H5. okay, and this H will be bonded. H will attack here, C2H5 will attack here, okay. So here H. Now if you see clearly, so now in this compound with this carbon atom, OH group is also there and ether group is also there. What is this one? Alkoxy group. So this compound is known as acetaldehyde hemiacetal. This is hemiacetal. Okay, what is hemiacetal? Here I have explained. Hemiacetal is gem dialkoxy alcohol. Gem. Now I used word gem and vicinal in unit number 1st of organic chemistry. Vis means when the same group is attached with neighboring carbon atom. Gem means when groups are attached with the same carbon atom. So just see, hemiacetal means gem alkoxy alcohol. Gem means with the same carbon atom. With the same carbon atom, OR and OH group is bonded. Just see, OR, this is alkoxy group, ethoxy and OH. So this is hemiacetal and this is unstable compound. What is this one? Unstable compound. So with one molecules of monohydric alcohol, acetaldehyde gives hemiacetal. Now further reaction. What is this one? Further reaction. Then what is there here? CH3, here C, here what is there? Already OC2H5 is there. Here one mole molecules of C2H5OH should be there. Now in presence of dry HCl only. So OC2H5, here what is there? OH already is there. Correct? OH is there here. So now this time again, just see here, OC2H5, this is negative part, H is positive part. So this H and OH will come out as a water molecules. What is left here? C2H5O. So OC2H5 will be bonded here. Now this compound is known as acetal now. Earlier it was hemiacetal, this is acetal, ACETAL. What is acetal here? Just see, hemiacetal further, here you write unstable hemiacetal further react with one more molecules of monohydric alcohol and form acetal. What is acetal? Gem dialkoxy. With the same carbon atom, two ether group is bonded. With the same carbon atom, two ether group is bonded, OC2H5 and OC2H5. So this is gem di. We can say with the same carbon atom, two ether group is attached, and in IUPAC system, ether is known as alkoxy. So gem dialkoxy alkane. Gem di, you can write here, gem dialkoxy alkane, because after alkoxy group, this group is alkane only. What is this one? Alkane. Correct or not? In hemiacetal case also, other than OH and C2H5, what is there? This part is alkane only. So what is hemiacetal? Gem alkoxy alcohol. Gem alkoxy alcohol. And this one acetal is gem dialkoxy alkane. Similarly, cyanohydrin compound can also be defined. Gem means together. Gem means together. So with the same carbon atom in cyanohydrin, Cn and OH group is attached. So what we can tell cyanohydrin? Gem cyanohydroxy compound. Gem means together. Gem cyanohydroxy compound, that is cyanohydrin. Okay, you have got this one. Now just see here, 2-3 more things are there. That one by one I will teach. Now what is the response of acetone with monohydric alcohol? Acetone does not react with monohydric alcohol, but it react with dihydric alcohol and form cyclic ketal. So that should also be taught. Ethylene glycol cyclic ketal, cyclic acetal. Okay, so first you should write ketone does not react with monohydric alcohol. Because why ketone does not react with monohydric alcohol? Because ketone reactivity is less than aldehyde, one thing. Second one thing is alcohol is weak nucleophile. Alcohols are weak nucleophiles. Okay, that is why acetone does not react with monohydric alcohol, but it reacts with dihydric alcohol. Okay, so now addition of alcohol with ketones. So just see, ketones means acetone only, because only one representative member we have got. So ketone does not react with monohydric alcohol, because ketone is less reactive towards the nucleophilic addition reaction due to presence of two alkyl group. Already I taught you, aldehydes, they are more reactive towards the nucleophilic addition reaction. Second one thing is, monohydric alcohol itself is a weak nucleophile. Weak nucleophile, correct? Okay, so these are the reasons, that is why acetone does not react with monohydric alcohol. Acetone or ketone react with dihydric alcohol. Dihydric alcohol means which contains two OH group. Okay, ethylene glycol, CH2OH. This is ethylene glycol. This is dihydric alcohol. Why this is dihydric alcohol? Just see, here two OH group is there. See how this reaction will also be taken place in presence of dry HCl gas only. ठीक, react with dihydric alcohol in presence of dry HCl gas. So just see, now this is CH3, double bond O, plus what is there, HO, CH2, here also CH2, and here what is there, OH. Okay, so just you do one thing, just for the sake of, no problem, just see, H2O will come out from here. So now what is the product here? Here write dry HCl. So now here what is the product here? CH3, C, here CH3. Now here what would be there? O, here CH2, here also O, and here CH2, correct? Just you can write the name of this compound. Nothing is there, just H2O will come out. Just see, this is acetone. Okay, now H2O will come out and they will be bonded with this carbon atom. Okay, so plus H2O. What is the name of this one? This is cyclic ketal, or this is known as acetone ethylene glycol. Okay, or ethylene glycol ketal. Here write ketal. Okay, ethylene glycol ketal. Okay, this is cyclic ketal. Now see, what are the ketal? They are also alkoxyalkane only. What is this one? Gem ketal, alkoxyalkane, correct? They are also same thing, alkoxy group only, methoxy, just see, CH2O. Okay, they are cyclic ketal. Okay, no problem at all. This is ethylene glycol. Okay, and now just see, what is the function of this one? What to say, dry HCl gas. Just see, I told you, whenever nucleophile is weak, then what should be the first step? Oxygen should be protonated first. Once the oxygen is protonated, electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon will increase. And now that will receive the nucleophile easily. So now here dry HCl gas protonate carbonyl oxygen. hence increase the electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon, means it facilitate the attack of nucleophile easily on the carbonyl carbon. So their first function is to protonate the carbonyl oxygen. What is the second function? Just see. Let it be aldehyde or ketone. Reaction of aldehyde and ketone with alcohol, let it be monohydric or dihydric. That is the example of equilibrium reaction. And see, one of the product is water. One of the product, in both case, one of the product is water. So if water is not removed, then what would be there? The yield will be less. Yield will be less. Then what should be there? Now H2O should be removed so that the equilibrium will be shifted in forward direction, and you get the acetal or ketal yield more. Then H2O removal should be frequent, then only equilibrium will be shifted in forward direction. Okay, so this dry HCl gas absorb water formed in the reaction, hence and shift the equilibrium in forward direction for the better yield of acetal and ketal. Okay, so in this way all these things are completely completed. One more thing is there, just see, this is cyclic ketal and we have got the acetal also. So if they are hydrolyzed with mineral acids, so we can get back the original aldehydes and ketone, correct? Yes, so I do not feel to teach that reaction also. Just you write, if here just write, if acetal and ketal is hydrolyzed original aldehyde and ketones, original aldehydes and ketones can be obtained. Okay, obtained. So this is also one of the point. Now in this way all these things are completed. Tomorrow I will teach you the second category of reaction, that is reaction of nucleophilic addition reaction followed by removal of water molecules. So just see, now tomorrow will teach you the reaction of ammonia derivatives with aldehydes and ketones. Ammonia derivatives, and ammonia derivatives are weak nucleophile. We'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you. I think visibility is less in that side, so I am doing like that. I hope that the function of dry HCl gas you will have. Okay, thank you.